A Yandere that 8 billion men worldwide love. But you don't lie her. You even torment her in every way possible. You burn the top-tier mansion she gave you. You use her black card to buy a villa for the campus spell. You even force-feed her the bayberries she's allergic to. He understands all of this, yet he still swallows it without hesitation. He says, as long as you feed it to him, he'll eat anything without a second thought. Just because he can't bear to refuse your kindness, even though this love is fake. Seeing this, you fall silent. Remembering the harm you caused Suhua in your past life, you wish you could slap yourself. At first, you thought Suhua just saw you as a beloved toy, but not until you were killed by that adulterous pair. She kissed your rotting corpse and avenged you after she died with you. Did you realize she truly loved you? It was a lop carved into her bones, reckless and deep. At that moment, a hollow, chaotic voice sounded. Congratulations, you've been chosen as the child of fortune by the heavenly Tao. You can be reborn as the child of fortune. I will grant you a photographic memory, superior learning ability, and some knowledge from another world. You also have a space. You can enter the space with your mind. Stay in the space for an hour, and only a minute passes outside. There are countless things in this space for you to learn, because Suhua is the female lead of fortune. She committed suicide for you. We don't want to see that happen again, so the condition is to be with her. You must be willing. As your voice falls, you feel a white flash in your mind. Your head hurts terribly. You crouch down, holding your head. When you open your eyes again, you've been sent back to your original world. Looking at the room's decor, you feel dazed. He's in front of the bathroom mirror. She sees herself in the mirror wearing a sapphire blue suit with a red wedding flower pinned to her chest. You've been sent back to the day of her wedding. On this day in the past life, Suhua came to crash the wedding. She hooked your chin with her finger and said chilling words. Xian, you really don't listen. Without my permission, you dared to marry another woman. Back then, you threatened Suhua with your life. Suhua, I'm not your plaything. I never agreed to be with you. Why are you forcing me? If you ruin my wedding today, all you'll get is a corpse. That day, Suhua stared at him for a long time. She suddenly gave a mocking smile. Fine, as you wish. I'll let go. Let you marry Qin Ruoya. Suhua left with her bodyguards. He got his wish and married Qin Ruoya. After that, Suhua never appeared again. In front of him, he only learned about Suhua from the internet. You clench your fists. This day is the turning point of everything. He must change his fate. What he needs to do is let Suhua crash the wedding. He must immediately follow Suhua away. Look, it's about time. Time to head to the wedding venue. He comes out of his room. The Lin family sits on the sofa with grim faces. The living room's atmosphere is suffocating. You're determined to marry Qin Ruoya, your biological mother. Zhang Shuqing asks with a dark look. You calmly say, "Det." Fine, fine. You're something else. Zhang Shuqing grits her teeth. How did our family produce such a shameless thing? Lie you. As the eldest son of the Lin family, you go and marry into the bride's family. You're something else. That's right. Lin Xian is marrying into the bride's family. Lin Xian feels very inferior in front of Qin Ruoya. He always worshipped her as a goddess. He did everything she said. Qin Ruoya asked him to marry into her family. Lin Xian agreed without hesitation. Besides his obsession with Qin Ruoya, it's also because he felt too suffocated in the Lin family. He wanted to escape from the Lin family, but going to the Qin family was just jumping from one fire pit to another. In the Qin family, he wasn't the son-in-law. To be precise, he was a servant. The Qin family said they wanted to save money and fire the servants. All the cooking, laundry, and cleaning work fell on him alone. Zhang Shuqing is furious. Lin Xian, if you dare marry Qin Ruoya today, then don't bother coming back to the Lin family. Lin Li's eyes light up. Mom is going to kick Lin Xian out of the Lin family. Sure enough, her plan worked perfectly. You lie Qin Ruoya. You chase after Qin Ruoya. Lie as simp. So she anonymously made a deal with Qin Ruoya. Gave her 3 million. The condition was for Qin Ruoya to marry you. After all, he is also Dad's biological son. Why can't he inherit the Lin family? She's afraid Zhang Shuqing will find out her true identity. So she came up with this plan. She wants to use Qin Ruoya to make you completely break with the Lin family. And just in case, she'll also have Qin Ruoya completely destroy Lin Xian. Turn you into a complete waste. So he has no ability to manage the Lin family company. Lin Chang smokes his cigarette noisily. The room is filled with smoke. If you don't go marry her today, you're still a member of the Lin family. Call Qin Ruoya now and cancel the engagement. If word gets out that his eldest son, Lin Chang, is marrying into the bride's family, where will Lin Chang's face be? You say word by word. I must go marry her today. I won't cancel the wedding now. He still needs to go to the wedding venue. Go through with the marriage to Qin Ruoya. He needs to wait for Suhua to appear and break off the engagement with Qin Ruoya in front of Suhua. That will also show his sincerity more clearly. Slap. Lin Chang slams the table heavily. Lin Xian, I am your biological father. You don't listen to me. Lin Xian asks sarcastically. And mom, and my sisters. Have you ever treated me as your son or brother? Since that's the case, why should I treat you as my biological father? His cold gaze sweeps over those sitting on the sofa. These relatives who are supposed to be close to him. He was kidnapped as a child and ended up in an orphanage. That orphanage was very poor. Having enough to eat and warm clothes was a luxury for her. Watching the orphans in the orphanage. Some were found by their biological parents. Some were adopted. He longed for family desperately. He wished he could be one of them. How wonderful it would be if he had a family too. Until he was 13 years old. Lin Chang found him, said he was his long-lost son. At that moment, he was very happy. He thought he had a family. After returning to the Lin family, he wanted to fit in. He tried his best to please the Lin family, but they always had prejudice against him. They thought he came from an orphanage. A person without parents or upbringing didn't deserve them. The Lin family, Lin Li, ha. In their eyes, there was only Lin Li, the adopted son. His grades were originally better than Lin Li's. On the 2 days of the college entrance exam, he was very dizzy. His head was buzzing. Needless to say, he failed. He usually ranked first, but only scored over 300 on the exam. Didn't even pass the second-tier university line. The Lin family all thought he cheated on his usual exams, and the college entrance exam exposed his true colors. Thinking back now, it was probably Lin Li's doing. Lin Li is seen as obedient, capable, and strong in their eyes. As for him, the useless biological son, they never paid him any attention. What's more ridiculous is that until he died, seeing their reaction to his death, did he finally see clearly? Turns out, in their eyes, he was worth less than an outsider. An outsider dies. They would have a little pity. He died, and they only showed indifference. How ironic. They were supposed to be blood relatives. In this life, he no longer needs these so-called relatives. Lin Chang says angrily, I never thought I'd raise an ungrateful son. You think you're all grown up and tough now, huh? Then get the hell out of the Lin family. If you have the guts, never come back. You say expressionlessly, fine, I'll leave. Lin Chang says in a deep voice, sign the severance agreement before you go. Lin Xian glances at the lawyer beside him and sneers. They really can't wait to kick him out. It's fine. He doesn't want to have anything to do with these Lin family people anymore. Lin Xian signs the severance agreement without hesitation. It's fine. He doesn't want to have anything to do with them anymore either. Holding the severance agreement, Lin Xian leaves resolutely. Lin Li says, Mom, I want to go to brother's wedding. Zhang Shuqing says with disgust, going to her wedding? How embarrassing. Mom, if none of our relatives go, I'm afraid brother will feel uncomfortable. Besides, if word gets out, people will talk. Let me go as the Lin family representative. Lin Li puts on an act of caring about the Lin family. Lin Chang nods. Alright, you go. Lin Li gets into the Ferrari. This was her 18th birthday gift from Lin Chang, priced at 8 million. Lin Li picks up her phone. Bye, she says gently. Jean Ruoya coquettishly scolds him. Brother Li, you know what day it is today. Why are you calling me? Lin Li says hoarsely, I miss you, bye. How about we meet at the Junhui Hotel? I've already booked a room. How can you be thinking about this at a time like this? Jean Ruoya blushes. I still have the wedding to attend. Lin Li smirks and says, there are still 40 minutes. We have time. Jean Ruoya thinks of Lin Li's skills in bed and feels a surge of heat inside. Lin Li is also the second young master of the Lin family. He is deeply loved by the Lin family. He will definitely inherit the Lin family's vast wealth in the future. She must hold on to this man, Lin Li. Jean Ruoya says sweetly, oh cool, I'll be right there. Brother Li, wait for me. Jean Ruoya, using the excuse of feeling unwell and wanting to rest for a while, has the car stop at the entrance of the Junhui Hotel. She goes to the front desk and asks softly, hello, my friend booked room 601. I'm here to get the keycard. The front desk clerk looks at her suspiciously. The clerk asks, may I ask who you are? Jean Ruoya replies, my name is Jean Ruoya. So you're Miss Jean. Here is your keycard. Please keep it safe. The clerk hands the keycard to Jean Ruoya. As soon as Jean Ruoya swipes the card and enters, Lin Li grabs her wrist and pins her against the door. Lin Li looks at her with burning eyes. You look so beautiful today. After everything is done, Jean Ruoya reappears at the wedding reception. Her face is flushed. She pretends and says, Lin Shen, I was too tired just now. I fell asleep at the hotel. Luckily, I made it in time. I ran over. I'm so hot. Lin Xian immediately recognizes Jean Ruoya's current appearance. It's exactly the same as her face when he caught her and Lin Li in bed in the past life. Those two bastards, Lin Li and Jean Ruoya, they were messing around on their wedding day. Lin Xian feels Lia's head is a vast green grassland. They started hooking up this early. It's his fault for being blind and not seeing it. Lin Li, dressed in a suit, comes over with a red envelope. His brows still carry a hint of smugness. Brother, mom and dad haven't calmed down yet. Big sister and second sister are busy with work, so I'm here alone with this red envelope for your and sister-in-law's wedding. Lin Li's lips curl up. Brother, I wish you and sister-in-law a happy marriage. Grow old together and have children soon. Jean Ruoya takes the red envelope and says gently, thank you. Lin Li and Jean Ruoya exchange a flirtatious glance. Right under Lin Xian's nose, Jean Ruoya subtly tugs at Lin Li's sleeve. Brother, I won't disturb you and sister-in-law anymore. I'll go inside first. Lin Li's eyes hide a challenge. You sneer. A gentleman's revenge is never too late. Having been reborn this time, she will personally make Lin Li and Jean Ruoya pay. Not just Lin Li, but the Lin family too. She will deal with them all together. You keep a straight face as you greet guests at the door. At this moment, 5 black business cars speed down the road. In the front car, a stunning beauty sits in the back seat. Even with sunlight falling on her face, her expression remains cold as ice. A fierce aura radiates from her. The person driving is Su Hua's secretary, Jiang Qing. Cold sweat drips from his forehead. It's over. This is really bad. 11 Iosu's mood completely changes with Lin Xian. As long as he behaves, 11 Iosu's mood will be sunny. But once Lin Xian disobeys her, it's a storm. This troublesome Lin Xian dared to take advantage of 11 Iosu's business trip and go marry Jean Ruoya. As soon as 11 Iosu got the news, she dropped a major deal and rushed back. I've never seen 11 Iosu so angry. It feels like she could destroy the world. I don't even dare to breathe loudly in this car. Why can't that kid just behave? Jiang Qing thinks despairingly. Su Hua laughs softly. What a disobedient little dog. I was trying to give him some freedom, so he wouldn't resist me so much. But he wants to marry another woman. Since that's the case, then I'll lock him up. Oko? Make him a caged bird with clipped wings. Jiang Qing shudders at Su Hua's cold laugh. His body trembles violently. See 11 Iosu. Jiang Qing asks cautiously. Should we call young Master Lin first and ask about the situation? Or call him out? Su Hua chuckles. Why bother? Just go and take him. Since he's so disobedient, he should face the consequences. In front of his beloved woman. Reveal that he's mine. Jiang Qing is stunned. 11 Iosu is going to crash the wedding? 11 Iosu. If you just go and take him. Young Master Lin might resist fiercely. He's worried that if Lin Xian is pushed too hard, he might choose a desperate fight. Su Hua's voice is icy. Even if he wants to kill himself, I won't let another woman touch him. He can only be mine. Jiang Qing dares not say a word. The wedding proceeds smoothly. The MC introduces with a smile. This is the bride, Miss Jean Ruoya. This is the groom, Mr. Lin Xian. They grew up together. They've known each other for 8 years. In these 8 years, they got to know, understand, and love each other. Now, they've finally entered the wedding hall. Let's all applaud and wish this loving couple well. Among the guests, besides Lin Li, everyone else is close friends and relatives of the Qin family. They all look down on Lin Xian. They disdainfully think Lin Xian is useless. Although he's the eldest son of the Lin family, he's not favored at all. Why would Ruoya fall for him? It's such a waste of Ruoya. Ruoya is so beautiful. Marrying such a poor guy. I say, if it weren't for Ruoya, no one would want to marry Lin Xian. His only good point is being willing to marry into the family. No one applauds for them. The whole venue is silent. The MC is embarrassed for a moment. This is the first time she's encountered such a scene. Not a single person wishes the couple well. Luckily, the MC's professionalism is strong enough. She quickly regains her smiling face and continues with a smile. Next, we'll proceed with the ring exchange. Mr. Lin Xian, are you willing to take Miss Jean Ruoya as your wife? Love her, cherish her. The MC recites the vows slowly. Everyone's eyes are on Lin Xian. Lin Li holds a glass of red wine. A smug smile curls on his lips. Lin Xian, as long as you marry Jean Ruoya, you're basically finished. Lin Xian looks at the door in confusion. He frowns. Why hasn't Su Hua come yet? If he really exchanges rings with Jean Ruoya, no matter how much he tries to show his loyalty later, it'll be useless. Lin Xian doesn't answer for a long time. The guests start whispering. What's going on? Why does he seem unwilling? You're overthinking. Lin Xian is Lia simp in front of Ruoya. How could he be unwilling? He should be grateful to marry Ruoya. How could he be unwilling? The MC tries to smooth things over. Look at our groom. He's so happy he hasn't reacted yet. Mr. Lin Xian, are you willing? Another eerie silence. Jean Ruoya's face darkens. Lin Xian, what are you spacing out for? Just say det. Shut up. Lin Xian snaps irritably. Jean Ruoya's eyes widen. Lin Xian actually dared to yell at him. Lin Xian keeps glancing toward the door. The MC's head hurts. First, the guests don't want to bless them. Now the groom won't answer whether he's willing or not. She's never had such a difficult wedding to host. Helpless, she picks up the microphone and repeats. Lin Xian, Mr. Lin, are you willing to marry Jean Ruoya? Miss Jean, and love her for life. Be loyal to her? He is not willing. A chilling female voice sounds. What's happening now? Someone's crashing the wedding. Lin Xian's eyes light up. Su Hua is here. She finally came. 16 bodyguards in sunglasses, looking imposing, appear. They quickly run in, stand with their hands behind their backs on both sides of the red carpet. The Qin family has never seen such a scene. They are scared and step back. The MC's heart sinks completely. So it's really a crash. Good thing I'm already bald. My thick hair is just a wig. Otherwise, I'd be losing a lot of hair now. But it looks like there's going to be a good show. The usually serious MC has a glint of gossip in her eyes. Gasps fill the venue. A woman walks out from the middle of the red carpet, dressed in a black evening gown, as if she just came from a party. She has smooth, dark hair, simply pinned up with a hairpin. The custom-made black dress is strapless, with a swaying waist, a perfect hourglass figure, a natural beauty. She has an exquisitely beautiful face, truly stunning, and a woman like this could easily attract countless men. But her face is cold as frost, cold and untouchable, with an aura of dominance. Su Hua's appearance captivates everyone. Their mouths hang open, their eyes are full of amazement, as she's so beautiful. Lin Li is also staring at Su Hua in awe. He's seen countless beautiful women, but this is the first time he's seen a woman this beautiful. A woman like this is like a poppy, dangerous but also alluring. It makes people want to conquer her. If he could win her over, Lin Li's mind starts working. He looks at Su Hua with a look of determination. Xin Ruoyao, standing on the round stage, is filled with jealousy. She is the campus belle of Shangqing University. She's beautiful, but in front of this woman, she feels inferior. Su Hua steps up the stairs in her heels, reaches the stage and says word by word. Lin Xian is not willing to marry another woman. Xin Ruoyao feels the invisible pressure from the woman. Forcing herself to overcome her fear, she asks, "Who are you? Today is my and Lin Xian's wedding. What are you doing here?" Su Hua glances at her dismissively. Seeing her as nothing but an ant, she ignores her. Hey Xian. Her slender, fair fingers hook Lin Xian's chin. Her voice is as cold as ice. "You really don't listen. Without my permission, you dared to come and marry another woman." Everyone's eyes widen in SOC. This woman is here for Lin Xian, and it sounds like her relationship with Lin Xian is special. Lin Xian is so sought after. First, Ruoyao insists on marrying him. Now, a stunning woman shows up. Looks like she's here to crash the wedding. The icy woman leans close to Lin Xian's ear. Her red lips part slightly. "Since A Xian is so disobedient, then I'll have to take you back to the cage I built for you. A Xian, you have no freedom anymore." Su Hua says the exact same words as in the past life. For this scene, identical to the past life. Lin Xian has rehearsed it countless times. He planned to show loyalty to Su Hua first. He'd say he was willing to leave with her. Xin Ruoyao would surely question him in a rage. He'd have a sharp retort ready for her. He had already rehearsed what to say. After dealing with Xin Ruoyao, she would announce the engagement was off. By doing this, most of Su Hua's anger should dissipate. He could prove his loyalty quite well. Lin Xian's mind raced as he spoke. "Su Hua, I'm willing to go with you." Before he could finish, Su Hua pressed a finger to Lin Xian's lips. "Shoo, A Xian, don't speak." Lin Xian was confused. What's wrong? Su Hua glanced at Jiang Cheng. "Bring it here," she coldly commanded. Jiang Cheng handed over a wine glass with crimson liquid. Su Hua held the red liquid in her mouth, then kissed Lin Xian's lips. Lin Xian clenched his fists tightly. This woman had defiled him. So filthy. Su Hua passed the liquid over to him. The scent of her perfume filled his nose. Lin Xian's mouth was full of wine. Some dripped from the corner of his mouth, and Su Hua licked it away. Lin Xian felt a bit drunk. His head began to feel heavy. Su Hua whispered, "A Xian, sleep now." The wine was drugged to make him pass out. Lin Xian's mind raced. It's over. He had wanted to prove his loyalty at the wedding, but now he'd been drugged by Su Hua. She wanted to marry Qin Ruoya. This mess couldn't be cleared up now. Su Hua would definitely punish him when they got back. "Su Hua, you've misunderstood." Lin Xian tried hard to explain, but he only managed to say one word before he completely passed out. Two bodyguards supported her. Qin Ruoyao's eyes widened. "He is my groom. How dare you drug him in front of everyone?" Qin Ruoyao. Su Hua squinted at the woman before her. That neck is so slender. It would snap with just a slight twist. She is the woman A Xian likes best. If she were dead, would A Xian stop thinking about other women? Su Hua's beautiful eyes were filled with bloodthirsty intent. "I really want to kill her, but A Xian would hate me." Su Hua suppressed the surging murderous intent. She said coldly, "I'm warning you. You'd better stay away from him. Otherwise, I don't know when I'll tear you apart." Qin Ruoyao felt a chill run through her. She had actually seen murderous intent in that woman's eyes. Death, it was murder. No, this can't be. She couldn't let this woman take Lin Xian from the wedding. Wouldn't that be a slap in her own face? Qin Ruoyao shouted, "Security! Where is the security?" The guards didn't dare step forward after seeing that. Not a single person dared to stay on the scene. Su Hua left with Lin Xian. All the bodyguards retreated as well. The guests whispered among themselves. "That woman clearly looks very wealthy. She has such a good figure and looks. Ruoyao is far inferior to her. Lin Xian is a lucky guy. I'm just curious, what charm does he have to make such a beauty fall for him? She's just playing with him. Trust me, she'll dump him soon." Some young men spoke with a sour tone, wishing they could take Lin Xian's place. Qin Ruoyao, in her white wedding dress, watched helplessly as her groom was taken by another woman. Hearing the guests compare her to that woman, saying she was inferior in every way, Qin Ruoyao was driven mad with rage. It was the first time she'd been so humiliated. Qin Ruoyao stomped her foot. "Lin Xian only loves me. Oomph. So what if she took him away? As long as I beckon to him, Lin Xian will wag his tail for me like a dog." The onlookers were filled with excitement. This drama was so satisfying. Oh wow, how thrilling. Given the situation, the groom is in for a punishment. After being taken back by that stunning woman, a punishment between a man and a woman? Huh? Hey, Yi Yuan. Steward Wang paced the garden anxiously. "I thought Lin Xian had realized the situation and stopped running. Turns out it was an act." As soon as the young lady went abroad, he took the chance to marry another woman. With young Master Lin doing this, the young lady will definitely be furious. The other servants in the garden also looked miserable. The young lady will surely fly into her biggest rage ever. I don't know why she's so obsessed with Lin Xian. Su Hua's car drove into the estate. Everyone's heart sank, bracing themselves for the coming storm. The car stopped. Steward Wang stepped up to open the door. He said respectfully, "Miss." Su Hua didn't speak. She radiated an aura of pure destruction. Steward Wang glanced at the unconscious Lin Xian in the back seat, silently lighting a candle for him in his heart. Lin Xian was locked in the bedroom. Su Hua sat by the bed. She shed her cold exterior, gently stroking the man's face. "A Xian, if only you could always be this obedient. How wonderful that would be. Why can't you lop me?" Su Hua's voice was strained, word by word, fragile and pitiful. "Seeing you treat another woman so well, I was driven mad with jealousy. A Xian, stay by my side. In this world, you are the only thing I want." Su Hua stared at Lin Xian for a long time, then stood up unsteadily. She couldn't stay any longer. Every time she saw A Xian, her mind was filled with images of him and Qin Ruoya standing together in their wedding attire. She was afraid she would lose control and hurt her A Xian. Su Hua walked outside. "Prepare a coffin, one that can hold 2 people." Su Hua ordered in a hoarse voice. Steward Wang froze. "Miss, you mean whoever dies first, the other should be killed to join them?" Su Hua said deeply, "Until death do us part. They will be together even in death." Steward Wang looked grave. "The young lady is afraid young Master Lin will commit suicide. If young Master Lin kills himself, the young lady will lie in that coffin with him." Su Hua walked to the training ground. "Master." A group of people shouted in unison. Suhua said flatly, spar with me. Fear appeared on everyone's faces. The master wants to spar? Her combat skills are terrifyingly high. They couldn't possibly defend against her, and she seemed to be in a terrible mood. Her expression was as cold as ice. Isn't this just asking them to be human punching bags? Suhua walked onto the platform. All of you, come up. Suhua's gaze swept over the first row of shadow guards. The guards trembled as they stepped up. Even when facing Suhua, they used all their strength, but they still couldn't resist her. The sound of bodies hitting the floor echoed constantly. Suhua kicked one guard after another away. They clutched their chests, groaning in pain on the ground. Some were left bruised and battered. After venting her anger on the guards, the hostility on Suhua finally faded a bit. Suhua returned to her room and entered the bathroom. She soaked in the tub. Lin Xian woke up, staring at the ceiling with a sense of despair. Being caught by Suhua was the end of him. All his plans were ruined. Suhua thought he wanted to marry Qin Ruoya. Trying to appease her would be incredibly difficult. Sigh. Lin Xian let out a long sigh. Just reborn, and the start is already on hell mode. What a messed up life. He'd better think of a way to appease Suhua. Otherwise, a Yandere like her is truly terrifying when she snaps. Lin Xian returned to his room and opened the walk-in closet Suhua had prepared for him. He was stunned. It was packed full of clothes, shoes, hats, and more. They all seemed custom-made for him by Suhua. He hadn't wanted to use her things before, so he'd never opened this closet. Lin Xian picked an outfit and went into the bathroom. He dressed up properly and even grabbed a male servant to cut his hair before heading downstairs. Suhua was already sitting at the dining table. Miss, should I call young Master Lin for breakfast? Steward Wang asked respectfully. No need. Suhua's red lips curled up. He was exhausted last night, so let him rest a little longer. Is that what she meant? Steward Wang's face was full of surprise. The young lady finally ate young Master Lin. Steward Wang's eyes lit up. That's good. That's good. There's a saying, to conquer a man's heart, you must conquer his body. Young Master Lin had always resisted her. Maybe now he'll pay more attention to the young lady. Under the shocked gazes of the servants, Lin Xian walked downstairs. Miss, young Master Lin is here. The servant opened the dining room door. Suhua looked up and saw the well-dressed Lin Xian. Her pupils constricted. She couldn't help but look a bit dazed. Steward Wang looked shocked. Is this young Master Lin? Lin Xian coughed. How do I look? Suhua, do I look handsome? Suhua nodded. Lin Xian let out a breath. He was relieved her mood hadn't shifted. Suhua's temper is unpredictable. He was afraid that changing his hairstyle would make her overthink things again. Young Master Lin, please sit. Steward Wang pulled out a chair. It was the seat opposite Suhua. Lin Xian glanced at it but didn't go over. Instead, he sat in the seat right next to Suhua. Lin Xian had always been resistant. He usually tried to sit as far from her as possible. Why did he sit right next to her this time? Suhua's gaze never left Lin Xian. Her fiery eyes filled with curiosity. He wasn't angry after how she treated him last night? Lin Xian felt uncomfortable being watched. What's wrong? Suhua looked away and commanded, serve me breakfast. Sure. Lin Xian vaguely remembered that Suhua liked shrimp. He peeled a shrimp for her and held it to her red lips. Suhua took a light bite. Lin Xian couldn't help but think, when she's not being a Yandere, she's actually quite cute and easy to get along with. Here, have some more. Lin Xian seemed to get addicted, feeding Suhua bite after bite. Steward Wang wasn't paying attention for a moment, and Lin Xian fed Suhua a piece of lamb. Steward Wang exclaimed, young master, wait. Lin Xian looked at Steward Wang, confused. Miss, she is allergic to lamb. Before he could finish, Steward Wang saw Suhua eat the lamb anyway. She knew she was allergic but ate it regardless. Lin Xian was confused. Steward Wang, Suhua, what's wrong with the lamb? Steward Wang, nothing. What else could he say? Suhua felt an itch in her throat. She stood up from her chair. I'm full. She returned to her bedroom, took out some anti-allergy medicine from the drawer, and swallowed it with water. Lin Xian felt something was wrong. He quickly finished his meal and followed her upstairs. Suhua had taken the medicine, but red rashes were still appearing on her skin. She was applying some ointment to them. Lin Xian pushed the door open. Suhua's dangerous gaze shot toward the door. When she saw it was Lin Xian, she was clearly stunned. The cold aura around her faded. She tried to cover the rashes on her arm. Why are you here? Lin Xian walked over quickly and pulled her hand away. Her fair, slender arms were covered in red spots. What happened to your arms? Lin Xian asked, frowning. It's nothing serious, just a little allergy. Suhua bit her lip. Allergy? Lin Xian thought of the steward. The words he hadn't finished. You're allergic to lamb? If you're allergic, why did you eat it just now? Because Suhua's red lips parted. It was fed by you, Xian. As long as it was fed by his hand, even if it were poison, she would eat it without hesitation. She couldn't bear to refuse his kindness. Lin Xian fell silent. With her Yandere nature, that was exactly something she would do. Actually, he didn't understand. How could someone as beautiful and capable as Suhua fall for him? Before, he thought she just saw him as a beloved toy or plaything. It wasn't until he existed as a soul after death and saw her kissing his decaying corpse, disgusting as it was, that he understood. She truly loved him, the kind of love where she'd give her heart. Lin Xian looked cold. For the first time, he spoke to Suhua with authority. Don't ever mistreat yourself like that again. I will slowly learn your taboos and preferences. You don't need to accommodate me anymore. Suhua stared at him fixedly, starlight seemingly flickering in her eyes, perhaps feeling he was being too serious. Lin Xian added, it hurts my heart when you do that. Gentleness and sincerity are the ultimate weapons. He should just be nicer to Suhua and stop causing trouble. Maybe then she wouldn't keep him imprisoned. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Suhua walked to the door and opened it, her gaze cold. What is it, so cold? Suhua's secretary, Zhang Qing, rubbed his arm. The 11IOS mood didn't look very good. Did Lin Xian upset her again? 11IO Su, you have a meeting in 20 minutes. Otherwise, you might be late. Fine, I know. She immediately walked up to Lin Xian. Wait for me obediently at home. Remember, don't think about running. And don't think about finding Qin Ruoya. You won't escape from my grasp. If he dared to run again, she would lock him up with chains forever. I promise I won't run. Lin Xian held up 2 fingers to promise. His courage wasn't that big. Suhua went downstairs. The steward smiled and said, Miss, has young Master Lin finally come to his senses? Suhua's lips curled into a mocking smile. He's just become smarter. This is just another way to try and escape me. He's protecting the woman he likes. Afraid I'll hurt her. But he'd better keep up the act for a lifetime. Otherwise, Suhua's eyes turned dark. Steward Wang's body trembled. He could foresee that. If Lin Xian was indeed faking it as the young lady said, then once he revealed his true thoughts, the young lady would probably go insane. Upstairs, Lin Xian charged his phone. As soon as it turned on, countless messages popped up. These messages were mostly from Wang Dai and Qin Ruoya. Along with a barrage of calls from Wang Dai, Lin Xian called Wang Dai back. Xuanzi, are you Oku? I've been calling you all day and couldn't reach you. Wang Dai asked anxiously as soon as the call connected. My phone died and turned off. I didn't notice until I just turned it on. Wang Dai breathed a sigh of relief. As long as you're okay. By the way, Xuanzi, how did your wedding with Qin Ruoyao go? Lin Xian, the wedding is off. Wang Day's eyes widened in anger. Did that little brat Qin Ruoyao call it off? She's really playing with your feelings. If you ask me, Xuanzi, I don't think she ever truly liked you. Otherwise, she wouldn't have ignored you at school. And this time, she didn't even let your friends or family attend. She just didn't want anyone to know she married you. She called it off on purpose, just to embarrass you. Wang Day was genuinely standing up for his friend. Xuanzi was too humble in front of Qin Ruoyao. Lie a total simp. If Qin Ruoyao told him to go east, he wouldn't dare go west. Even if Xuanzi was slapped or insulted by her, he wouldn't show a hint of anger. I remember once when Qin Ruoyao was sick, and Xuanzi found out. He ran out to buy her medicine. When Xuanzi secretly gave her the medicine, and Qin Ruoyao took it, other students saw them. Qin Ruoyao was afraid their relationship would be exposed, so she slapped Xuanzi in front of everyone, and said with high and mighty disdain, Lin Xian, I don't lie you. Can you stop pestering me? You're so disgusting. Clinging to me lie this. I was there, and I still remember those words. Everyone was blaming Xuanzi for being a toad, trying to eat swan meat. After it was over, Xuanzi was still frantically blaming himself, saying he was careless and shouldn't have let anyone find out. My good brother was truly a simp to the extreme. I don't know why Qin Ruoyao married Xuanzi, but it definitely wasn't because she liked him. Listen to me, if she called off the wedding, let it be. Don't go begging her to continue with the marriage. Wang Day was genuinely afraid his simp friend would go back to wagging his tail and begging for her. Lin Xian, I called it off. Wang Day froze. He thought he'd misheard. He picked at his ear. What did you just say? Lin Xian repeated, I called off the wedding myself, confirming he hadn't misheard. Wang Day exclaimed, you called it off? How did this happen? With Xuanzi's personality, even if the sky were falling, he wouldn't have initiated a breakup. Xuanzi? Wang Day asked with concern. Did something happen? Maybe I can help you think of a way. Lin Xian said faintly, it's nothing. I just came to my senses. I think being a kept man is actually pretty nice. Wang Day was speechless. Xuanzi, with our looks, we're not exactly young idols. Let's stop dreaming about unrealistic things. With our conditions, we can't land a rich woman. Wang Day advised. Lin Xian, I really am being kept. And it's by Su Hua. Wang Day rolled his eyes. Then tell me, what kind of life is it? Lin Xian replied, a huge estate with dozens of servants, a room over 100 square meters, private chefs, bodyguards, luxury cars. She's a top female tycoon of a major company. Wang Day became more confused the more he heard. Is the female tycoon you're talking about a woman in her 50s or 60s? Lin Xian, no, she's only 3 years older than me. She has a great figure and is very beautiful. She's the type who shines wherever she goes. Ha ha ha. Wang Day laughed while holding his stomach. Xuanzi, your daydreaming is getting out of hand. You think a rich woman like that would fall for you? Stop dreaming. Let's get back to reality. Wait, no. Wang Day's laughter stopped abruptly. He asked with concern, Xuanzi, are you having a mental breakdown from the Shitret? No way. Let's meet up. Where are you? I'll come find you. Lin Xian sighed. Let's talk about meeting later. About the wedding with Qin Ruoyao. She's a bit angry. I have to appease her first. She's still locked up. So how can we meet? Fine. Just remember to contact me if you need anything. Wang Day felt relieved seeing Lin Xian was okay. Lin Xian hung up the phone, lay on the bed, and crossed his legs, boredly counting sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, 4 sheep, 5 sheep. Wolf. Before long, he fell into a deep sleep. He had been exhausted by Su Hua last night, so he needed to catch up on sleep. He slept straight until 1 in the afternoon, only to be woken up by a QQ message from Qin Ruoyao. Lin Xian's temper flared. He was grumpy when woken up. Biba Yao Yao, the nickname for Qin Ruoyao on his phone. Lin Xian, who was that woman who took you away at the wedding? What is your relationship with her? Biba Yao Yao, your relationship isn't simple, is it? Lin Xian, you keep saying you love me, yet you're secretly with another woman. Is this your lop, Biba Yao Yao? Did you see her money and decide to be with her? I didn't expect you to be so money grubbing. I really misjudged you, Biba Yao Yao. I fought with my family for you, overcoming so many obstacles just to marry you. Is this how you treat me, Biba Yao Yao? I order you to leave her immediately. Biba Yao Yao, Lin Xian, why aren't you replying to my messages? Are you feeling guilty? Say something, Biba Yao Yao. If you don't reply to me, don't ever come see me again. Our marriage is off. He could feel Qin Ruoyao's rage through the screen. Lin Xian opened his phone and quickly browsed the messages, only wanting to call himself a fool. That's so obvious. He never noticed it until his death in his past life. He must have been brainwashed. Lin Xian changed his note for Qin Ruoyao and replied, then let's break off the engagement. Qin Ruoyao's eyes widened. You actually want to break off the engagement with me, Lin Xian? It's Qin Ruoyao, Lin Xian. Do you even know what you're saying? Your words today will make me hate you. If you ever want to marry me again, dream on. Lin Xian rolled his eyes hard. Ask yourself, can you compare to her? Only a fool would choose you, not him. In my past life, damn it, he was just an idiot. Qin Ruoyao was furious, but she couldn't find any point to argue. That woman shines just by standing there. Her beauty, which she always prided herself on, means nothing compared to that woman. And her aura drives people crazy. If they had no connection, he wouldn't think much of it. The key is she took Lin Xian away. Qin Ruoyao was humiliated and angry. Fine, Lin Xian, you said it. Don't come begging for my forgiveness later. Lin Xian, rest assured, that day will never come. Lin Xian used to fawn over Qin Ruoyao. He did everything she said. This sudden change, Qin Ruoyao couldn't accept it. She was driven crazy. She frantically smashed things in the room. Why? How dare Lin Xian talk to me like that and say I'm inferior to that woman in every way? Did she forget how she used to grovel to me? Lin Xian, I'm not done with you. Oh dear, Yao Yao, stop breaking those things. They all cost money to buy. Qin's mother looked at the mess on the floor. She felt such heartache. Mom, Qin Ruoyao hugged her mother and cried loudly. How dare Lin Xian treat me like this? Qin's mother patted Qin Ruoyao's back to comfort her. It's okay. Yao Yao, Lin Xian isn't a good man anyway. Let's just forget about him. My precious daughter is as beautiful as a flower. Whatever man she wants. If Lin Xian dares to treat you like this, then we'll make him regret it. Qin Ruoyao was still crying hard. Mom, how dare she treat me like this? And who is that woman? So elegant and beautiful. She seems powerful and wealthy. It drives Qin Ruoyao crazy. A cold light flashed in Qin's mother's eyes. That Lin Xian kid must be a kept man. He's being supported by that woman. But Mom, how does she deserve to be supported by someone like that? She doesn't understand why the man she looked down on is being kept by a woman like that. What's so good about Lin Xian? Qin's mother said, who knows? Maybe some people have that kind of weird taste. Yao Yao, actually, Lin Xian still likes you. A person's feelings can't change that easily. Just wait. When school starts, she'll definitely come crawling back to apologize. Really? Qin Ruoyao's eyes sparkled with tears. Of course it's true. Yao Yao, if he dares to treat you like this, then you can't forgive him so easily. Mom, I will. A hint of venom flashed in Qin Ruoyao's eyes. If Lin Xian really apologizes to her, she would definitely humiliate him thoroughly. Lin Xian threw his phone aside, let out a breath. comfortable. The speech she prepared before the wedding wasn't wasted. Lin Xian didn't notice. While he was chatting with Qin Ruoya, Su Hua had already come to his room. Lin Xian's QQ only had special notifications for Qin Ruoya. The alert for her messages was different from others. Half of Su Hua's face was hidden in the shadows. Her lowered eyes hid endless malice. Lin Xian muttered, "Why is it so cold?" Then he noticed Su Hua by the door. When did she come back? And she didn't seem to be in a good mood. Su Hua's temperament was really unpredictable, no matter the reason. Soothing her was definitely the right move. Lin Xian approached Su Hua. He said nervously, "Su Hua, did something happen?" As soon as he said that, he regretted it. Asking about a Yandere's business. Wasn't that asking for trouble? Su Hua's eyes seemed to be brewing a storm. It was suffocating. Lin Xian swallowed his saliva. Who could tell him what was going on? What had he done wrong again? Wang Guanjia, passing by, heard a thud. She stopped and turned to look at the door. She remembered Miss had just come to Lin Xian's room. Wang Guanjia smiled and shook her head. These young people nowadays, they're getting more and more wild. She's old, can't keep up with the times. Wang Guanjia especially went to instruct the servants not to disturb Lin Xian's room. The servants all had ambiguous expressions. At that moment, in the room, Lin Xian's back was pressed against the door. He looked at the woman in front of him. Gulp was the sound of him swallowing. He was being pinned against the wall by a woman. Su Hua pursed her lips. She looked at him with suppressed pain in her eyes. Lin Xian, why? Su Hua suddenly pounced on him. The kiss was crazily relentless. A sharp pain came from Lin Xian's lips. It hurt so much he frowned. Was Su Hua a dog or something? Why was she biting him? A line of crystal tears slid down Su Hua's face, dropping onto Lin Xian's hand, burning hot. Lin Xian opened his eyes and saw Su Hua lie a lost little beast, desperately seeking warmth from him. She was crying. Lin Xian frowned. What exactly happened? Su Hua pressed Lin Xian onto the sofa. Lin Xian, remember, you are mine, Su Hua's nan. No one can take you away. I'm the one who possesses you, not Qin Ruoya. Don't even think about being with her. Another crazy afternoon. Hey Xian, why, since you're going to act, why can't you just keep acting obediently? Why did you have to contact her? Lin Xian vaguely heard Su Hua whispering in pain in his ear. Lin Xian hurriedly grabbed his phone and went upstairs. Explained, Su Hua, this is the chat record between me and Qin Ruoya this afternoon. Det, I did contact Qin Ruoya, but there was nothing ambiguous between us. Su Hua looked at the content. She was obviously stunned. Su Hua, I figured it out. I won't like Qin Ruoya anymore. I'll obediently stay by your side and try my best to be your man. Lin Xian showed his loyalty. Su Hua was clearly appeased by Lin Xian. All her aggression faded away completely. Su Hua's red lips pressed against Lin Xian's ear. Hey Xian, if you're acting, keep acting. If today wasn't a misunderstanding, then all your communications will be cut off. Lin Xian sighed. Alright, Su Hua still thought he was acting, but that was normal. Before Su Hua went abroad, he was still arguing loudly with her. After Su Hua went abroad, he couldn't wait to marry Qin Ruoya, making Su Hua abandon a big deal to come back and stop the wedding. He really was troublesome. Lin Xian sighed. Forget it. He would use his actions to show Su Hua his sincerity. Su Hua, the wound on your shoulder. Let me apply medicine for you. Lin Xian looked at the wound on Su Hua's shoulder, feeling guilty. He actually dared to bite Su Hua, but Su Hua didn't seem angry. Instead, she was more excited. She drained him completely. Zhang Chang walked into Yi Yuan with a contract. Wang Guanjia, where's 11 Iosu? There's a company matter that needs Su Hua's approval. He had called several times. Su Hua didn't answer. He had to come to Yi Yuan to find Su Hua and bring a contract for her to sign. It was strange. Their 11 Iosu was a workaholic. Even with a 39-degree fever, she would go to the company. Today, she didn't come to work in the afternoon and didn't call to inform him. Miss, she's resting in her room. Resting at this hour? Is 11 Iosu feeling unwell? Zhang Qing's tone was worried. Not really. Wang Guanjia cleared her throat. She's just a bit tired. Lin Xian is with her. Secretary Jiang, don't worry. Zhang Cheng disapprovingly said to Wang Guanjia, 11 Iosu needs to rest. Why did you let her be alone with Lin Xian? That's too dangerous. Wang Guanjia said to Secretary Jiang, now, Lin Xian has changed a lot. He won't do anything to Miss. You can rest assured. Zhang Qing looked at her suspiciously. Lin Xian was taken by 11 Iosu at the wedding. Shouldn't he hate her to the core? Why would he be nice to her? Wang Guanjia added, and if Lin Xian wanted to kill Miss, would Miss resist? Zhang Cheng was silent. She wouldn't resist. At that moment, wearing a white strappy nightgown with a thin gauze over it, Su Hua walked down the stairs. Her black hair fell over her chest, giving off a peaceful and beautiful vibe. Zhang Cheng was slightly shocked. 11 Iosu was kidnapped as a child and trained to be a cold, emotionless killing machine. When she returned to the Su family at 16, she lived in constant danger, becoming the head of the Su conglomerate. She stepped over countless corpses to get there. She always had to be wary of assassination attempts. Twice, she ended up on a deserted island, and twice, she almost died. If 11 Iosu hadn't gone through all this, she would have been carefree, a socialite with a constant smile on her face. Su Hua reached the bottom floor and asked, what's the matter, 11 Iosu? It's like this. Zhang Qing reported the company matters to Su Hua. Su Hua nodded. Follow the company's requirements. 11 Iosu, and please sign this contract. Oh, cool. As Su Hua signed the contract, Zhang Chang stood behind her. He accidentally glimpsed something. There was a clear bite mark on her shoulder. This bite mark was obviously fresh. And thinking about what Wang Guanjia said about Lin Xian being with 11 Iosu. So 11 Iosu was with Lin Xian just now. Zhang Qing suddenly thought of two phrases. A beautiful man brings trouble. A king neglects his duties. Su Hua finished signing the contract. Zhang Qing didn't linger. He just took a few more looks at Lin Xian coming down the stairs. 11 Iosu only cares about Lin Xian in this world. Hopefully, Lin Xian won't let her down. Over the next 2 days, Lin Xian and Su Hua got along peacefully. That evening, Su Hua was leaning on the sofa in the bedroom, reading a financial magazine. The woman had just bathed. She was as delicate as a lotus. Her beautiful, poetic hair draped over her shoulders. The black gauze on her body outlined her stunning curves. Lin Xian gathered his courage and walked in. Su Hua, what is it? When it came down to it, Lin Xian chickened out a bit. He had originally wanted to ask Su Hua for freedom. That would definitely touch the Yandere's sore spot. The words turned into, Su Hua, your hair is wet. It's bad for your health. Let me blow dry your hair. Lin Xian picked up the hairdryer and blew Su Hua's hair. The woman's soft black hair slipped through his fingers. He didn't expect Su Hua's hair to be so beautiful and soft. He had never noticed her before. After drying her hair, Su Hua lifted Lin Xian's chin. Her red lips parted. Hey Xian, you're so good to me. I really want to eat you up. Lin Xian said weakly. No need to eat me. I can provide you with emotional value. Don't you lie the real me, Su Hua? She likes Su Hua. Su Hua's eyes darkened, but he was afraid it was just a dream. When the dream ends, reality returns. He would still be the one wanting to escape. Su Hua chuckled. Alright, then I'll give you this chance. After sleeping, Lin Xian walked downstairs unsteadily. Wang Guanjia looked at him with an ambiguous expression. Young Master Lin, Miss went to the company. She said you're tired and should rest well. Oh, young Master Lin, I specially made you some soup. Have some. Wang Guanjia leaned close to Lin Xian, whispered, this is a powerful tonic. It's good for men's performance. This tonic is my secret recipe. I've used it many times. I don't see it with outsiders. Lin Xian cleared his throat. I don't need this. Wang Guanjia gave Lin Xian a knowing look. Young Master Lin, I know you're feeling a bit inadequate. I've been through it. No need to be shy with me. Lin Xian wanted to refuse. This was too embarrassing. But he wanted to regain his manly dignity with Su Hua. He always got overpowered. Not good. He couldn't refuse this tonic. Lin Xian had a look of resignation. He downed the entire bowl of tonic in one go. Wang Guanjia smiled slightly and said, young Master Lin, I'll make this tonic for you every day. Just take it for a week. Lin Xian was depressed and didn't want to talk. He had just finished breakfast. His good friend Wang Dave called again. Hey, Xuanzi, why haven't you come out for days? And you won't let me come find you. Don't tell me the rich woman is angry and locked you up. Lin Xian was silent. Could he say that? Xuanzi, what's going on with you? You haven't been home, and I can't find you anywhere. We're best friends. Can't you even tell me? Wang Dai never believed that Lin Xian was a kept man. He thought Lin Xian was hiding something from him. I'll come find you later. Lin Xian said helplessly. If he didn't go out, his best friend would call the police. Lin Xian hung up and asked Wang Guanjia, is there anything I can use to show off? Well, using your woman stuff to show off isn't shameful. Of course, there is. Wang Guanjia led Lin Xian to the underground garage. Pointing at the luxury cars, she smiled. A month ago, Miss gave these to you as a birthday gift. A red gift box full of car keys. At that time, you threw the box on the ground and said you didn't care about Mrs. Gifts. She deserves to slap herself for that. Su Hua had also given him a black card. He never used that black card. Only once. That day, Jean Roya wanted to save face and treated people to dinner. It ended up costing tens of thousands. She didn't have the money and called him to pay. He didn't have money either. At first, he didn't want to use the black card. Jean Roya kept crying pitifully in front of him. He couldn't resist and used the black card to pay for her. Su Hua found out. Su Hua then froze his card and stopped giving him money. Lin Xian hated that he was so stupid in his past life. Wasn't being a kept man nice? No need to work. Had a mansion, servants, and endless money. And a beautiful wife. Why would he marry into the Qin family and be a servant? Not bad. Lin Xian touched the Koenigsegg inside. This car is so rare. If sold, it would be worth more than the purchase price. Ah, he was so poor. Looking at these cars, all he thought about was money, lots of money. Lin Xian let out a breath. He needed to work hard to make money. Wang Guanjia took out a bunch of car keys. Young Master Lin, which one do you want to drive? Lin Xian said, the Koenigsegg. This car is too CU. He wanted to try it. Wang Guanjia gave Lin Xian the keys. Lin Xian got into the Koenigsegg, stepped on the gas and drove off. A Maybach followed closely behind. Inside was Wang Guanjia and two bodyguards. Those two bodyguards were arranged by Su Hua to watch Lin Xian. As for Wang Guanjia, she was worried Lin Xian would cause trouble, so she followed. Lin Xian parked the car under Wang Dai's building. The CU car attracted a lot of attention. Oh, CU. A guy whistled. What car is that? It looks expensive. Isn't it expensive? Do you know what car that is? A Koenigsegg 1:1, a world-class supercar, known as the Nordic Ghost, worth 100 million. Damn, is this car perfumed? Ah, there must be a handsome guy inside. With this luxury car, his charm is off the charts. A girl cupped her face in anticipation. Her eyes were fixed on the car, waiting for the person inside to get out. Su Hua had specially applied a car wrap. The people inside could see out, but those outside couldn't see in. Her companion was a guy. Seeing the girl he had a crush on, with a fangirl expression, he said sourly, don't even think about it. Anyone who can afford this car is usually a middle-aged man with a big belly. Lin Xian opened the car door, stuck out a long leg. Everyone stared at Lin Xian. He was fully exposed to everyone's view, dressed in white and black, with handsome features, sharp features, full of youthful energy. He also had a bold and unrestrained aura. The people around gasped. He's too handsome. Wang Guanjia and the two bodyguards also got out of the car, walked over to Lin Xian. Young Master Lin had a lot of presents. The fangirl tugged at her male companion's clothes. Lao Lu, this isn't the middle-aged man you mentioned. He's really handsome. He's a perfect young man. But this kind of young man, he's definitely not going to be interested in me. I can only look. The male companion had no comeback. He just wished he could be as rich and handsome as him. Even having just one of those, he would be overjoyed. Handsome guy, can I add you on QQ? A girl dressed like a pink Lolita stepped forward, blushing. Wang Guanjia looked at her with hostility. Lin Xian, no QQ the girl. Do you have a phone number? Lin Xian, no. The girl understood Lin Xian's rejection and walked away awkwardly. Lin Xian thought to himself, he was a kept man, but that didn't mean he wanted others to be kept by him. Others saw the girl get rejected and gave up their ideas. Lin Xian leaned against the car, lowered his head to send Wang Dai a WeChat message. I'm here, come down. Oh cool, coming right away. Wang Dai ran down from upstairs with a bread in his mouth, saw the Koenigsegg in front. The bread fell from his mouth with a smack. Wow, Xuanzi, I saw a luxury car. Super CU. Let me show you. A Koenigsegg 1:1, a top-tier supercar. Isn't it awesome? Picture, JPG. Wang Dai bombarded Lin Xian with messages. Saw the photo of that Fu Xiaomei. She's the owner of this car. Damn, heaven gave her a good family. And a good face too. Comparing people drives you crazy. Xuanzi, if I could own this car. No, I shouldn't have such daydreams. If I could just ride in this car for a spin, I'd be laughing in my sleep. By the way, Xuanzi, where are you? Why can't I see you? Lin Xian looked up, saw Wang Dai not far away. Felt like teasing him. Walked over, put his hand on his shoulder, and raised an eyebrow. Wait, I think we're pretty faded. Interested in going for a ride with me? Wang Dai's hand trembled. Such a good deal. There's no fry lunch in this world. He wasn't trying to harvest my organs, was he? But looking at that Koenigsegg, Wang Dai swallowed hard. Someone who can afford this car and has such presence wouldn't be doing illegal stuff, right? Wang Dai smiled so much his eyes became slits. Thanks, buddy. Wang Dai got into the passenger seat. Oh, this seat is so comfortable. Oh, the interior is so CU. It looks expensive. The car drove off. Wang Dai's eyes lit up even more. This power is amazing. This is so awesome. No wonder it's a limited edition supercar worth over 100 million. Lin Xian drove without asking. Buddy, I saw you looking around. Were you looking for someone? Wang Dai slapped his head. How could he forget Xuanzi? I was looking for my brother, Lin Xian. Then let me drop you off, so your brother doesn't get anxious. No need. Wang Day waved his hands. My friend was halfway here, but had to head back for something. Wang Day secretly messaged Lin Xian. Schwanzi, sorry about this, man. A rich kid invited me for a ride. A chance to ride in a top-tier supercar. If I turned it down, I'd regret it so much I'd jump off a building. Schwanzi, wait for me to finish the ride. Then I'll come find you. He perfectly illustrated ditching friends for cars. Not long after he sent the message, Lin Xian's phone pinged with a notification. Wang Day glanced at it. What a coincidence. Hey buddy, how long have you had this car? Did your dad buy it for you? Wang Day looked envious. Lin Xian, it's my first time driving my girlfriend's birthday gift. Whoa, I want a girlfriend like that too. Wang Day was incredibly envious to just casually give away a 100 million yuan Koenigsegg for a birthday. The world of the rich is truly different. Speaking of which, my good brother had a birthday last month. I was broke, so I just got him a phone. Wang Day noticed Lin Xian's phone. Why is this phone the same as Schwanzi's? A 1,500 yuan phone. A rich kid of this level shouldn't be using a 10,000 yuan phone with a bitten fruit logo, right? Lin Xian chuckled. You're really good to your friend. This voice sounds just like Schwanzi's too, and he even looks like Schwanzi. An absurd thought flashed through Wang Day's mind. Is he Schwanzi? Just as he thought that, Wang Day shook his head. No way. How could Schwanzi afford a Koenigsegg and look this handsome? Lin Xian stopped teasing Wang Day. He hit the brakes and pulled over. Wang Day looked around. It was full of tall trees. The leaves blocked the sun. It was eerie, and no one was passing by. Wang Day gulped. Are they actually going to harvest my organs? Lin Xian suddenly turned, staring intensely at Wang Day. Wang Day sat up straight, his heart pounding wildly. If not organs, is he bisexual? Did this rich kid take a liking to him? Wang Day hugged his chest like a girl, looking defensive. Buddy, I'm straight, totally straight. I don't mess with men, not even for money. Lin Xian was speechless. Where did his mind go? Lin Xian, Wang Day froze. How did he know his name? He didn't tell him who he was, did he? Lin Xian helplessly patted his shoulder. I'm your brother, Lin Xian. Wang Day stared at Lin Xian, not blinking for 1, 2, 3 seconds. Holy crap, you really are Schwanzi? Wang Day's pupils dilated. No wonder he felt so familiar. Wait, Schwanzi, did you get plastic surgery? And what's with this car? Wang Day was still dizzy, feeling like it wasn't real. Good grief, this is insane. This rich kid is actually Schwanzi, my childhood best friend. Lin Xian narcissistically tossed his hair. I've always had good features. Just cleaned up a bit. As for the car, I told you, it's a gift from my girlfriend. Those bodyguards following me are her people. Wang Day said in disbelief. You really are living off a woman? I thought you were just joking. Lin Xian, it's the truth. Wang Day grabbed Lin Xian's arm. Xian, can you get me in on this? My teeth aren't great either. Lin Xian smiled coldly. Don't even think about it. She's mine alone, and she only has eyes for me. Wang Day rubbed his arm. Why did he feel like Schwanzi was possessive of her? Must be an illusion. Schwanzi, Wang Day stopped joking and said seriously, this woman is quite wealthy. To be willing to give you a Koenigsegg, she must really lie you. You better treat her well. You can just coast from here on out. That way, Schwanzi won't have the energy to care about Jean Roya, that little bitch. Lin Xian nodded. Fine. Wang Day grinned. Schwanzi, take me for a ride. You drive. Lin Xian tossed him the keys. Wang Day's hands shook. Really? Wang Day sat in the Koenigsegg's driver's seat, satisfied. They drove for over an hour. Schwanzi, let's go eat. Wang Day said, rubbing his rumbling stomach. Lin Xian checked the time. It was almost 12 o'clock. He called Su Hua. Su Hua was in a meeting with company executives. Amana Gio was talking about his project. This mountain area has a great location, and the scenery is nice. If we develop it well, it will surely bring us rich profits. What do you all think? Su Hua's cold gaze swept over the executives. The others nodded. I also think this project is feasible. Besides nature tourism, we could build some large amusement parks and hotels. It would be a great revenue, she trimmed. Su Hua chuckled. The project Mana Gio's heart sank. Su Hua's smile was usually the prelude to a storm. She was never one to joke around. Though a woman, she had an iron fist. Once she got angry, the consequences were unimaginable. Su Hua's gaze landed on the Mana Gio. Do you know that there's a type of deer there whose population has dropped significantly? They are about to be listed as protected animals. That area will become a protected zone. The Mana Gio's eyes widened. He wiped sweat from his forehead, trembling. I'm so sorry. 11 Iosu. I overlooked that. It's over. He's finished. He couldn't believe he'd made such a huge mistake. With Su Hua's personality, he'd likely be demoted. Su Hua tapped her fingers on the table. Each tap made the Mana Gio's heart skip a beat. Just then, Su Hua's phone rang, breaking the silence of the room. Su Hua swiped to answer, and pressed the button. Her finger accidentally hit speakerphone. A clear, magnetic voice came through. The executives perked up. A man? The voice sounded quite nigh, but 11 Iosu doesn't get close to men. No matter how good the voice is, it won't work on her. She's angry right now. This man has definitely walked into her line of fire. Everyone mentally lit a candle for Lin Xian, but unexpectedly, Su Hua, who was radiating coldness and looked ready to destroy everything, suddenly softened her demeanor. Everyone, what just happened? Su Hua picked up the phone. Wait a moment. Everyone's eyes widened. 11 Iosu actually has a gentle side? Shocked. Su Hua said, you all take a break. I need to take this call. Su Hua walked out of the room. As soon as she left, the executives exploded. Their professional facade vanished. They were like gossiping neighbors at a village entrance. What's going on? How did 11 Iosu suddenly become so gentle? I'm not used to this. The voice on the phone was a very young man. Judging by the voice, he must look good. Could 11 Iosu have a boyfriend? A boyfriend? That's impossible. 11 Iosu is indifferent to desire. Countless men have thrown themselves at her. Have you ever seen her let one touch her? I don't know. I think there's something here. Hey, if 11 Iosu is dating, who do you think is the dominant one? 11 Iosu is so strong-willed. She must be the dominant one. I'm not so sure. Didn't you see how tender she was just now? Women, no matter how strong, become soft in front of the man they love. They argued intensely. Most still felt that, even if he is her man, he's just being kept by her to satisfy her needs. People like Su Hua only care about work. She wouldn't let herself get lost in feelings. In Su Hua's office, she said softly, Hey Xian, I'm free now. What did you need? This was the first time Lin Xian called her. Her eyes brimmed with joy. Were you working? Lin Xian asked, frowning. In a meeting, Su Hua replied. It's noon, time to eat. Su Hua, take care of your health, Lin Xian urged. Su Hua's eyes curved. She is so good lie this. She hoped he would never change back. Otherwise, a murderous look would fill her eyes. Even if she had to break his limbs, she would keep him by her side. If he wanted to die, she'd let him die, then turn his body into a specimen to keep her company. Or eat his ashes. That way, they would be one forever. Lin Xian, are you at the office? I'll come keep you company. Su Hua wanted to nod, but remembered what Jiang Qing told her. Don't push a man too hard. Give him enough space. But she couldn't bear to refuse. Su Hua was silent for a long time. Lin Xian waited a long time for a reply. He asked, confused. Su Hua finally spoke. She rubbed her temples. You don't need to come. I'm a bit tired. I want to take a nap at the office. Then remember to eat on time. Lin Xian urged, still worried. As you wish. Su Hua curled her lips. After hanging up, Su Hua returned to the meeting room. The executives, who were discussing heatedly, stopped the moment she entered. The room went silent. Su Hua sat back in her chair. Managio Lin. Her voice wasn't as cold as before. 11 IO Su. The Managio wiped his sweat. Su Hua threw his project proposal onto the table. Go rewrite it. Work overtime, and get it to me in 5 days. The Managio froze. That's it? Su Hua frowned. Any questions? No. 11 IO Su. I will definitely do better research this time. And draft a better plan. The Managio shook his head quickly. That's all for today. Meeting adjourned. Su Hua stood up. 11 IO Su. May I ask a bold question? What is your relationship with the man you just spoke to? Is he a subordinate? An executive asked boldly. Everyone looked at Su Hua, eyes filled with gossip. Su Hua glanced at the executive. He wiped the sweat from his forehead. He was truly confused. How dare he ask about her private life? Amidst the executive's nervousness, Su Hua said gently, my man. Finally, she added. He is also my boyfriend. This statement made it clear he wasn't a kept lover, but an equal partner. All the executives' jaws dropped. A boyfriend? And she said it so gently? Oh my god, she really has a boyfriend. Once Su Hua left, the executives resumed their gossiping. I read a lot of 11 IO romance novels. Su Hua is definitely the domineering 11 IO type. Is her boyfriend a little puppy? People lie her lop once for a lifetime. Many of those CEOs are a bit Yandere too. I wonder if she is. Yandere? Come on, that's impossible. Don't be so sure. Didn't you doubt she had a boyfriend before? Anything is possible. Wang Dai heard Lin Xian on the phone, and his eyes widened. The rich woman keeping Lin Xian has such a young voice. Wang Dai felt jealous. Why didn't he ever meet a rich woman like that? Xuanzi, how did she pick you? Wang Dai imagined a scenario. Did she get drunk and have a one-night stand with Xuanzi? Or did he save her life and she had to repay him with her body? Lin Xian shook his head. I don't know how she picked me either. Lin Xian and Wang Dai went to a hotel for lunch. Wang Dai ate until he was full, letting out a satisfied burp. The chef's skills are amazing. I'm coming here often from now on. Waiter, trek please. Wang Guanjia signaled. The waiter brought the bill. Sir, your total is 29,998 yuan. Put. Wang Dai spat out his water. 29,998? Just 5 dishes, and it's almost 30,000 yuan? Is the food inlaid with gold? Just swipe the card. Wang Guanjia produced a black card. Seeing that card, the waiter's hand shook. A black card, of which there are only 10 in the country. Is this a black card? Wang Dai was shocked. He'd seen videos about it. The 60O said, there are only 10 in the world, and only the super rich can get them. Wang Guanjia nodded. It's a secondary card. Actually, Miss gave this to young Master Lin. It's a pity young Master Lin didn't cherish it, using it to pay for Qin Ruoyao's things. Miss took it back in a fit of anger. Wang Guanjia said gloomily. Lin Xian clutched his heart. Don't say it. He regrets it. Wang Dai looked at him lie. He was wasting treasures. He pulled Lin Xian aside and said earnestly, Xuanzi, listen to me. The rich woman keeping you is loaded. You need to hold on to her. Living a life of luxury is a given. Sigh, that's true. Lin Xian sighed gloomily. I realized it too late. If I'd started living off her sooner, I wouldn't have suffered for so long. Are you stupid? It's not too late. You didn't marry Qin Ruoyao, so everything is still fine. Wang Dai slapped Lin Xian on the shoulder. Xuanzi, brother, my future happiness depends on you. You lie off the rich woman, and I'll lie off you. Keep dreaming. I'm not letting anyone lie off me. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. TCH, Sinji. Wang Dai, young Master Lin. Miss just messaged saying, you should take your friend shopping. Buy whatever you need, and Miss will cover it. The butler stepped forward. Lin Xian was thoughtful. Su Hua's desire to control him didn't seem as strong. It seems going along with her is the right way. Lin Xian and Wang Dai arrived at a mall. It was filled with international luxury brands. Lin Xian's needs were already taken care of, so he didn't need to buy anything. Passing a watch counter, he was drawn to a pair of watches. They were a couple's set. Sir, these are true lop watches, designed by Master Clifton. They are one of a kind. The clerk smiled. How much? Wang Dai asked curiously. The watches looked expensive. Sir, the pair is 15 million yuan. How much? 15 million? Wang Dai was stunned. After graduation, even with a high salary, 10,000 a month, not eating or drinking, it would take 125 years to earn 15 million. Trek out. Wang Guanjia produced the black card. Very well, please wait a moment. The clerk smiled and took the card. Pack up the watch next to it too. Wang Guanjia pointed to a black watch. Very well, that's 3 million. Total is 18 million. Here you go. After checking out, the clerk gave the card and the 3 watches to the butler. Wang Guanjia gave the 3 million yuan watch to Wang Dai. Is this for me? Wang Dai asked, pointing at himself in disbelief. Young Master Wang, you are young Master Lin's friend. This is a gift from Miss. As a welcoming present. Wang Guanjia said with a smile. Wang Dai usually thought twice before spending 30 yuan. Su Hua just spent 3 million on him. He didn't dare take it. Date, if she's giving it to you, just take it. Lin Xian said. Wang Dai took the watch, trembling. He felt dizzy and dreamy. A 3 million yuan watch, just like that? Wang Dai almost knelt down to call them his parents, but he planned to keep it safe and not wear it, in case the rich woman and Xuanzi broke up, and she wanted it back. He didn't want to make things hard for Xuanzi. After shopping, they prepared to leave. Wang Dai lived in the opposite direction of Lin Xian. He insisted on taking Attack 11 back. He needed time to process everything. Xuanzi is living off a rich woman. Xuanzi cut ties with the Lin family, and the woman gave him a 3 million yuan watch. It was all too explosive for him. Lin Xian went to get his car. Several guys were surrounding his Koenigsegg. Whose Koenigsegg is this? So see you. Must be some rich kids. Whoever can afford this must be loaded. Shin Ruoyo happened to pass by and heard them talking. She took out her phone to track the price. Seeing the one followed by all those zeros, her hand shook. 100 million. Yao Yao. This car is worth 100 million.
Li Siyu's jaw dropped.
Yao Yao, do you think the owner is a rich kid?
Or an old man?
Shin Ruoyo couldn't help but wonder
What the owner was lie.
if he was a man in his 20s. His family must be extremely rich, probably better than Lin Li's family. Lin Xian and the butler arrived at the car. Oh my god. Li Siyu exclaimed. Yao Yao, he's so handsome. I didn't expect the owner to be so young and handsome. Shin Ruoyo's heart pounded. He's even better looking than Lin Li. Yao Yao, you know, these rich kids love beautiful, gentle girls. If you could get to know him, he'd definitely fall for you. I don't know, do I have that much charm? Shin Ruoyo blushed. Yao Yao, you're being too modest. You're the school beauty of Shangqing University. You're the goddess of our school. If you didn't have charm, why would everyone lie you? Young Master Lin, Shin Ruoyo, and Miss Jin are looking at you. The butler whispered to Lin Xian. What does that have to do with me? Lin Xian didn't even look at her and got in the car. The butler frowned. He had been observing the young master's expression. Young master, could it be that he really doesn't care about her anymore? Lin Xian drove away. Shin Ruoyo looked disappointed. He just laughed. She wanted to approach him, but his bodyguards were protecting him. She didn't have a chance. She wondered if she'd ever see him again. At the Royal Hotel, Secretary Jiang. What should we do? Xiao Xingfan paced anxiously. Jiang Qing's brow was furrowed too. He couldn't think of a strategy. Xiao Xingfan looked up. Sigh, if only we had a fire extinguisher for 11 Iosu's temper. But I don't think any extinguisher can put out her fire. Fire extinguisher? Jiang Qing's eyes lit up. I got it. Secretary Jiang, did you come up with something? Xiao Xingfan asked quickly. Let a man be the fire extinguisher. Jiang Qing smirked. A man? Xiao Xingfan looked skeptical. 11 Iosu is angry because of a man. She doesn't get close to men. How could a man make her calm down? Most men would just add fuel to the fire. Other men might, but maybe he can. Jiang Qing smiled. Who? Xiao Xingfan was curious. You'll know soon enough. Jiang Qing was being mysterious. I'm going to make a call. Jiang Qing called Lin Xian. Lin Xian frowned at the contact name on his phone. Jiang Qing is Su Hua's secretary. He's always been hostile toward him. Why is he reaching out now? Secretary Jiang, is something the matter? Lin Xian answered the call, asking, Young Master Lin, 11 Iosu is having some trouble here. I need you to come over and help out. Jiang Qing said in a rush. Lin Xian was even more confused. What kind of help could he offer? But since Jiang Qing sought him out, it probably wasn't anything trivial. He could use this to boost Su Hua's trust and favor. Alright, where are you? Lin Xian asked. Jiang Qing gave him the address. It was only a 5-minute drive from where he was. Lin Xian drove over immediately. Xiao Xingfan returned to the private room. A handsome young man was kneeling before Su Hua. A pot-bellied man stood to the side, trembling all over. Xiao Xingfan looked at the stunning woman, sitting on the sofa, radiating a dark, terrifying aura. He wiped the sweat from his forehead frantically.
What kind of mess is this?
Xiao Xingfan was filled with despair. 11 Iosu was discussing a deal with the bot of Fengqing Tech. The reckless bot actually tried to gift her a man. Worse, the man had touched her arm. Everyone knew she didn't tolerate men. She kept them at a distance. Now, she sat on the sofa, looking gloomy, as if she were ready to kill. Jiang Chang waited anxiously at the hotel entrance, hoping young Master Lin would arrive in time to extinguish 11 Iosu's rage. Otherwise, they were all finished. Finally, Lin Xian arrived at the hotel. Jiang Qing's eyes lit up as he hurried over. Young Master Lin, come with me, quickly. What happened? Lin Xian asked, puzzled. Jiang Qing explained the situation as they walked. By the time he finished, they had reached the door of the private room. So, Secretary Jiang, you brought me here to be a fire extinguisher? Lin Xian gulped. Only you can put out 11 Iosu's fire. You're giving me too much credit. When a Yandere like Su Hua loses her temper, isn't it suicide to get close to her? Young Master Lin, don't lose confidence in yourself. Jiang Chang opened the door. Secretary Jiang, Lin Xian started to say, but in the blink of an eye, Jiang Qing vanished from his sight. Where did he go? Young Master Lin? Jiang Qing's voice drifted from behind him. Lin Xian was startled. As expected, no one working for a Yandere is normal. What's wrong? Lin Xian had a very bad feeling. Young Master Lin, you can do this. Go for it. You've got this. Jiang Qing shoved Lin Xian inside. Lin Xian, what a trap. A total setup. Everyone in the room stared at Lin Xian. Xiao Xingfan thought, so this is the person Secretary Jiang said could put out the 11 iOS fire? Just a pretty boy? Is he really going to work? After pushing Lin Xian in, Jiang Qing entered and closed the door. He stood guard behind it. Lin Xian couldn't leave even if he wanted to. This damn life. Lin Xian had to bite the bullet. Su Hua. Wang Jianghai thought, this kid is bold, daring to call the 11 IO by her name.
He's actually better looking than the guy I brought.
But the 11 IO probably won't care. At that thought, Wang Jianghai felt deep regret. He shouldn't have brought a man for the 11 IO. He saw the boy was handsome and fresh, so he thought he'd gift him to her. Who knew he'd touch a reverse scale? Lin Xian walked up to Su Hua. Su Hua, stop being angry. Getting angry isn't good for girls. You'll age. Lin Xian racked his brain to come up with that. What are you doing here? Su Hua asked coldly. Extinguishing the fire. Lin Xian blurted out. No, wait, I'm here to keep you company. I wanted to wait and go home with you. Su Hua frowned. Lin Xian took the tissue from her hand. Su Hua, stop wiping. Your skin is so delicate. You can't leave any marks on it. Wang Jianghai couldn't believe his eyes. The kid actually touched Su Hua, and she didn't react at all. Xiao Xingfan was also stunned. What did this pretty boy just say? Wait for the 11 IO to get off work and go home? Su Hua pursed her lips. The air around her was still freezing. Lin Xian didn't know how else to calm her down. He simply closed his eyes and kissed her red lips. Xiao Xingfan's jaw nearly hit the floor. What is happening? Was this man's courage too big? Wang Jianghai's heart jumped into his throat. The guy he brought only touched her once, and she looked like she wanted to kill him. This man actually kissed her. He was surely doomed. To everyone's disbelief, Su Hua wrapped her arms around Lin Xian's waist, closing her eyes and kissing him back. The cold aura around her vanished completely. What kind of fantasy is this? Su Hua, the untouchable ice queen,
Actually liked a man. Seeing her aura soften.
Lin Xian sighed in relief. Glad you're not angry. Let's continue the negotiation. Su Hua said expressionlessly. Wang Zhanghai was still dizzy. Did they really just get past that? During the rest of the negotiation, Wang Zhanghai noticed that in front of Lin Xian, Su Hua acted like a gentle woman. The deal went very smoothly. Both sides signed the contract. 11 Iosu, it was a pleasure. Wang Zhanghai reached out his right hand, wanting to shake hers, but remembering her phobia, he pulled back. Debt, pleasure, Su Hua nodded. After the meeting, they left. A short distance from the room, Lin Xian took Su Hua's hand. Su Hua froze. Su Hua, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Isn't holding hands normal? Lin Xian smiled gently. He realized Su Hua wasn't that scary. As long as he went along with her, her Yandere side wouldn't flare up, so he had to treat her well. That way, his life would be much easier. Su Hua, boyfriend, debt, and will be husband and wife later. Lin Xian decided he had to hold on to this powerful backer tightly. In the entire Great Xia, there was no one more powerful than her. Xiao Xingfan and Zheng Cheng followed behind. Xiao Xingfan whispered to Zheng Cheng, does this pretty boy lie with the 11 IO? If the 11 IO hears you call him a pretty boy, you're going to be in big trouble. Zheng Cheng rolled his eyes.
Doesn't he look like one?
His name is Lin Xian, a student at Shangqing University. Aside from good grades, does he have any talents? Wait, I heard from my sister that Lin Xian is a total simp for Qingruoya.
The whole school knows it.
Just now in the room, he stared at Lin Xian,
finally recognizing him.
His first reaction was that Lin Xian wasn't good enough.
Xiao, listen to me.
You must be respectful to Lin Xian.
He's the one the 11 IO chose. If you disrespect him,
and the 11 IO finds out, you're done for. Besides, as long as he keeps the 11 IO happy,
that's worth more than any talent or money-making ability.
With the 11 IOS status, she doesn't lack material things. She only lacks a soulmate. Only Lin Xian can reach her heart. He had been hostile to Lin Xian before, because he kept hurting Su Hua and hung around Qingruoya. Now that Lin Xian seemed willing to stay by her side,
that was enough to erase all his hostility. Xiao Xingfan frowned.
But he was a simp for Qingruoya.
He seems good to the 11 IO now, but he might be faking it.
Keeping someone alive around the 11 IO
is too risky. No, I have a feeling.
This time he's not faking it. He's had a change of heart.
Zheng Qing said firmly.
Secretary Jiang, how can you tell? Xiao Xingfan asked. Zheng Qing said.
A woman's intuition.
Damn that intuition. Back at the mansion, Su Hua stepped out of the car, looking at her hand.
Her brows tightly knit.
A faint coldness still clung to her.
Su Hua, why aren't you walking?
Lin Xian asked. Su Hua just looked at him.
Since his rebirth,
Lin Xian had become very accurate at reading her emotions.
He could see her mood wasn't great. She was fine in the car, so why was she cold again? Seeing her standing still,
Lin Xian took her hand and let her inside.
The cold aura vanished. Lin Xian was stunned.
Was she in a bad mood?
Because he hadn't held her hand? Su Hua was ruthless in business. The definition of an ice queen. Who knew she could be this childish? The staff watched Lin Xian with SOC. Is that young Master Lin?
Wow, I didn't think he was this handsome.
When I saw him a few days ago, I thought he wasn't good enough for her.
Now, I'm ready to lock them in the marriage office.
Hey, have you noticed? Whenever he's around,
the 11 iOS mood is exceptionally good.
Yeah, I noticed too.
It's amazing.
Never thought she'd bow to a man. After dinner,
Lin Xian took out the couple's watches.
Su Hua, I saw these and thought they suited you. I bought them. Well, I didn't have money, so I used your supplementary card. He only had 300 yuan to his name. Poorer than a church mouse.
He had to use her money for now.
He'd start his plan to make money tonight. Su Hua, when I make money, I'll buy you gifts with my own earnings.
Su Hua curled her lips. Let me put it on you.
Lin Xian put the watch on her. Su Hua noticed.
Lin Xian was wearing an identical one.
Hers was white, his was black. A black and white couple set. Su Hua's eyes sparkled with light. Oh, I asked the butler to move my desk into our room.
He needed a desk to write his novel.
Su Hua ordered, move it to my study. Will my typing disturb you? Lin Xian asked, struggling.
If he moved his desk into her study,
he'd be stuck with her 24/7. That was way too much pressure. No, Su Hua said. Lin Xian tried to push back. But your study has company secrets.
It wouldn't be convenient for me to be there. Su Hua narrowed her eyes dangerously. Xian doesn't want to be with me?
No, absolutely not.
Lin Xian shook his head frantically.
Good.
Su Hua reached out and ruffled his hair.
Lin Xian felt this wasn't right.
Isn't this what guys usually do to girls?
No, he had to stand his ground.
He'd work hard, make money, and build his own power.
He wanted to be the man in charge.
That day, Lin Xian started typing away.
Since his rebirth,
he had a space filled with knowledge from another world.
Many complete novels were etched in his mind. He was going to build his entertainment empire. First, he needed capital.
He planned to use his novels to earn
his Shitat AP funds.
Once he had enough, he'd branch out. Royalties alone wouldn't be enough.
The real money was in the copyrights.
He planned to submit to a site where the content wasn't easily adapted for film.
Just to earn quick cash.
The novels that were easy to adapt
and had been huge hits in the other world.
He'd save for his own future platform.
He'd start an entertainment company,
producing films and training stars.
Beyond that, 60 sites, games, short videos, and more. He'd take it one step at a time.
Lin Xian sat at the computer, typing furiously for an hour.
His speed was fast,
and the sheets reflowed naturally from his mind.
No thinking required.
In 1 hour, he wrote 8,000 words. His hands were sore. This won't do.
He was too slow.
Lin Xian slapped his forehead. I'm such an idiot.
He forgot about his space. The time dilation in the space would make writing much easier. Lin Xian tested it out
and found that what he wrote in the space
appeared on his real-world computer. He dove into the space to type. He found that in the space, he didn't feel tired or get sore hands.
Lin Xian typed Lion Machine. In the study, Su Hua saw him sleeping on the desk.
She grabbed a blanket and covered him.
She stared at him for a long time, her eyes softening.
This was her man.
Su Hua gently kissed his lips.
Hey Xian, don't change back, Oku.
It had been so long since she felt his warmth.
His kindness.
If he ever turned back to Lin Xian,
who loved Qingruoya and tried to escape her,
she wouldn't be able to stop herself from locking him away.
She'd kill everyone he cared about.
Su Hua left the study.
Butler Wang. Debt. Miss, what did Xian do today? Su Hua rubbed her temples. He picked up Wang Day, drove to the suburbs for a bit, then went to eat in Sop. The butler replied. Did he go to see the Lin family or Qingruoya? No, the butler shook his head. Good. Su Hua's eyes were dark.
Is Xian finally going to the park?
She was going crazy. wanting to drive everyone away from him, to steal all his care and love.
But she couldn't. She was trapped in darkness.
And he was supposed to be the one in the light.
He shouldn't fall into this endless abyss with her.
Oh, miss.
Young Master Lin ran into Qin Ruoyo today. Su Hua's hand tightened.
What did they say? Young Master Lin ignored her. I even reminded him, and he said Qin Ruoyo had nothing to do with him.
Miss, I think he might really be over her.
The butler didn't dare be too certain.
Maybe he's just acting?
Su Hua murmured.
I really hope he's changed.
But even if he is acting,
he will always be my man.
Even in death.
Su Hua's eyes flashed with pathological obsession. Lin Xian had 200,000 words in 6.
Finished the outline and submitted it to the Feiyue novel site.
It was the largest paid platform.
After finishing, he came out of the space.
He woke up and noticed the blanket.
Lin Xian paused. Su Hua must have covered him.
He looked at her. She was focused on her computer. He couldn't help but be mesmerized.
They say men are most handsome when working,
but women are no exception.
The focused Su Hua had a unique charm.
Lin Xian cursed himself for being blind.
How did he not notice her beauty in his past life? She had the looks, the status, and she treated him so well.
Aside from being a bit Yandere, wasn't she the perfect girlfriend? Ding! Lin Xian's QQ message sounded.
He checked his phone
and saw a message from Li Xiu, Qin Ruoyo's follower.
Lin Xian, what's going on? It's been days.
And I haven't seen you come to see Yao Yao.
Do you still want to pursue her?
Li Xiu didn't know about the marriage.
She kept typing. You're not good looking. And you don't have money. If you want her to lie you
have to be persistent, you know? Yao Yao has been in a bad mood lately. You should use this chance to comfort her. Oh, she saw a bracelet for 1,000 yuan. I'll send you the location and a picture.
Buy it. And I'll pass it to her.
She'll be so happy. Lin Xian sneered. She wanted it for herself, right? Li Xiu often used his crush on Qin Ruoyo to make him buy her meals and milk tea.
The ridiculous thing was, he'd actually fallen for it. His part-time job money and scholarships were all drained by them.
He was an idiot to be their ATM.
In this life, they wouldn't get a single cent. Lin Xian replied, no money. Li Xiu frowned.
Lin Xian, it's summer break.
Aren't you working? Did you spend it all? How can you pursue Yao Yao without money?
Aren't you the young master of the Lin family? Go ask for more. You won't get her lights. Disgusted, Lin Xian replied. Qin Ruoyo? Is that trash worth pursuing?
Li Xiu's eyes widened. Lin Xian, how dare you? I've screenshotted that. If you don't want me to show Yao Yao, you'd better pay up.
Cover my food expenses for the next month. Lin Xian, your skin is thicker than a city wall. Bullets couldn't even pierce it.
After sending that,
he blocked Li Xiu.
Trash lie that wasn't worth his time. Li Xiu was furious. How dare he call me thick-skinned? She tried to message him,
only to find she was blocked. What? Lin Xian, you piece of trash.
How dare you talk to me like that? Still fuming,
she screenshotted his message calling Qin Ruoyo trash
and sent it to her. Yao Yao, look at this. Lin Xian is out of line. He called you trash.
When school starts, you have to teach him a lesson. Qin Ruoyo's face turned ugly.
But she also felt a sense of worry. Why had Lin Xian changed so much since the wedding? She looked down on him, thinking he wasn't good enough, but she loved the attention he gave her.
It gave her such a sense of accomplishment. Lin Xingwan, feeling a bit dizzy,
didn't go to work.
After taking medicine, she went to her room
and saw servants entering Lin Xian's room.
What are you doing? She asked, frowning.
Miss, the madam told us
to clear out everything related to the young master.
The butler replied.
Lin Xingwan felt a pang of pain in her heart at the thought of Lin Xian leaving the family. Stop moving things. I'll go in and see,
she said in a hoarse voice. Miss. Lin Xingwan walked into his room.
It was her first time here.
She stopped in her tracks.
The room was barely 1/7 the size of hers, only about 6 or 7 square meters. The decor was incredibly sparse.
A chair, a small bed, a desk, and a tiny wardrobe. Has he always lived here?
She asked in disbelief.
The butler said. When he returned at 13, the madam arranged this room for him. It's never changed.
She said she was worried a life of luxury would spoil it.
She called it raising him poor. The butler sighed. I've seen how he's been treated all these years. No one in the family cared about him. If he made the slightest mistake, they'd beat or scold him. The sisters often mocked him behind his back. For the young master.
Sai, the eldest young master's life in the Lin family all these years. Lin Xian, protagonist, male, 20s. Suwa, 11IO, female, 20s. Yandere/possessor. Jiang Qing, secretary, male. Xiao Xingfan, acquaintance, male. Wang Jianghai, client, male, 40s. Butler Wang, housekeeper, male. The Lin home isn't a home. It's a hell. Lin Xingwan stood there, stunned, living in such a tiny room. She never realized he was the Lin family's son. Lin Xingwan checked Lin Xian's things. She found that what he left behind was pathetic. Only 2 pairs of sneakers. They were old and full of holes. You could tell he'd worn them for years. He only had 2 summer outfits. His clothes for other seasons were just as scarce. Everything looked worn out from years of use. Aside from basic necessities, there was nothing else in the room. Lin Lina's room is filled with her favorite carvings. She buys 20 or 30 pairs of shoes a year, a whole walk-in closet full of clothes, and a wall cabinet of fine wine. She remembered Lin Xian left empty-handed. Wang Ma, have these always been his only clothes? Lin Xingwan's voice choked with emotion. Miss, it's always been like this. The young master only got 400 yuan a month. You all have private drivers, but he had to take the bot to school every day. He had no money to buy shoes or clothes. The master and mistress never bought him any. He used to just rotate between a few school uniforms until he graduated high school. He went out to work to earn money. Only then did he get a few more outfits. Wang Ma truly felt for Lin Xian. You mean he had to work to support himself, and he only had 400 yuan a month? Lin Xingwan froze. 400 yuan? Don't the other kids get tens of thousands a month? After starting college, their allowance went up to 200,000 a month. Once the young master started college, he studied while working 2 jobs. After hearing all this from Wang Ma, Lin Xingwan couldn't help but wonder, what did Lin Xian ever get from this family? What kind of care did he actually receive? It's suffocating, all this wealth. It's just too suffocating. She hadn't thought much of it before, but seeing his room today, and hearing everything from Wang Ma, she realized how much they owed him. Lin Xingwan walked downstairs. Big sister, what's wrong? Why are your eyes so red? Did you cry? Lin Qingyan asked curiously. Have any of you been to Lin Xian's room? Lin Qingwan asked, choking back tears. Big sister, why would we go to his room? Lin Qingyan curled her lip in disgust. I wouldn't step foot in that filthy place. Mom, Dad, sister, I went there today. I saw the conditions he was living in. Do you have any idea what his room is like? Lin Qingwan said, her voice trembling. Just thinking about what Wang Ma said makes me cry. The Lin family frowned in unison. His room is tiny, only a few square meters. It barely fits a desk, a bed, and a small closet. His clothes and shoes are all tattered and old. Mom, he is your own biological son. As the eldest son of the Lin family, is this the life he's supposed to lead? Look at where the other siblings lie. Aren't those 100 square meter suites? Each room has its own study and walk-in closet, countless clothes and shoes. Lin Xian has none of that. 400 yuan a month. It wasn't enough, so he had to work for money. Lin Qingwan finally burst into tears. Lin Chang frowned and looked at Zhang Shuqin. You're in charge of the household affairs. How could you arrange such a room for him? Don't you ever buy the boy clothes or anything? And you only gave him 400 yuan? Zhang Shuqin felt even more resentment toward him. He's already cut ties with the family, yet he's still causing trouble. I was just teaching him to be hardworking. He spent so long in that orphanage. Why, after returning to the Lin family, did he suddenly become unable to handle hardship? Not to mention, our life is better than the orphanage. Zhang Shuqin said, sounding righteous. Even so, he already picked up the habit of petty theft. If I gave him money, who knows what he'd do? Look at him, chasing after Qin Ruoya all day. Even if I gave him more money, he'd just spend it all on her anyway. Even without a wealthy lifestyle, he's still alive and well, isn't he? Lin Chang frowned.